Once upon a time, in a small town bordered by green fields and forests, there lived a little girl named Lily. With her golden locks and bright blue eyes, she was the kind of child who radiated joy. She loved to skip rope, pick daisies in the fields, and dance in rain puddles after a storm. But most of all, she cherished the moments spent with her family, her warm-hearted mother and her fun-loving father Ethan. Every Sunday morning was special in their household. Ethan would rise early, donned in a cheerful apron, and whip up the fluffiest pancakes topped with whipped cream and colorful sprinkles. Their laughter would resonate throughout the house, and for those moments, everything was perfect. However, one day, a dark cloud rolled into their lives when Lily's mother fell ill. The hospital visits became frequent, and the laughter faded, replaced by anxious whispers and an underlying sense of dread. Despite the desperate hope that the family clutched onto, her mother's illness proved devastating, and she passed away, leaving an enormous void in their lives. Grief struck Ethan hard. The once jovial father who loved to play catch with Lily and read her bedtime stories was now a shadow of his former self. He lost not just his wife but also a part of himself. Depressed and overwhelmed by the demands of single parenthood, Ethan turned to alcohol for comfort. It became his refuge, but soon it morphed into a prison, one he struggled to escape. As days turned into months, Lily's laughter grew rarer. The vibrant girl who used to twirl in dresses, dance in the kitchen, and play with her dolls found herself tiptoeing around the house, her heart heavy with the uncertainty of her father's moods. Instead of pancakes, she found broken dishes and shouting echoing off the walls. Ethan often yelled, hitting tables and throwing things, his rage dangerously close to breaking point. One day, after an explosive argument, Lily hid under her bed, her heart pounding in fear. "This isn't my dad anymore," she thought hopelessly, clutching her tattered doll tightly. One cold evening, the unbearable weight pushed Lily to seek help. Resolute, she padded barefoot down the street, the chill biting at her skin. With tears streaming down her cheeks, she stumbled into a nearby police station, her bare feet slapping against the cold floor. "Help! Please help!" she shouted, her scared voice echoing through the room like a piercing alarm. Officer James, noticing her distress, approached her cautiously. Kneeling to her level, he asked, "What happened, sweetheart?" "You're safe now." Lily hesitated, her eyes wide with fear. "My dad, he turned into a monster," she managed to whisper. Officer James felt a chill run down his spine. There was something gravely wrong. Without wasting another moment, he signaled for a colleague to call social services. Enter Amanda, a social worker who entered the station with the briskness of someone experienced yet warm enough to comfort a child in distress. Bringing reassurance that echoed through the air, she knelt in front of Lily. "Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm here to help you. Can you tell me what happened?" As Lily recounted her tale, her small body shivered, clutching her doll as if it was a lifeline. Her father's anger echoed in her mind, mixed with memories of happier days. When Amanda inquired about Lily's mother, the girl's voice faltered as tears filled her eyes. "She's gone. She's never coming back." The weight of those words hung in the air, a heartbreaking reality that crushed Amanda's heart. "I'm sorry, sweetheart. That must be so hard for you," Amanda said softly. She handed Lily a tissue, hoping to give her a shred of comfort. "But you're very brave for coming here. Now it's my turn to help you." Just as Amanda began discussing the next steps, an officer alerted her that someone was at the door. It was Ethan. As he stepped in, his disheveled appearance told a story of sorrow and struggle. His eyes widened at the sight of Lily and Amanda together. "What's going on?" he demanded, panic stacking in his tone. "Ethan, we need to talk," Amanda said firmly but compassionately. Lily shrunk behind Amanda, her small hands clutching her doll tightly. "You've scared her, Ethan. She's worried about you." The tensions rose as Ethan faced Amanda, desperation creeping into his voice. "I love Lily. I would never hurt her," he exclaimed, but Amanda sensed the inner turmoil boiling beneath his surface. "Then you need to find help, Ethan. You can't keep living like this, especially not for Lily's sake," Amanda urged, her voice steady but kind. Ethan's shoulders sagged under the weight of truth, but he didn't know how to start. Meanwhile, Lily, her heart aching, listened to the exchange, understanding that their lives had taken a dark turn. She missed the soft, caring man her father used to be. Days turned into weeks, with Ethan slowly realizing he was descending deeper into despair. When Lily was placed in a temporary foster home, it devastated both of them. In her new environment, Lily hoped for her dad to change but faced the stark reality of his struggles every time she visited him. Their encounters often felt strained, with Ethan's words faltering and fear clouding Lily's wide eyes. She would respond in timid whispers and hesitant nods, and the distance between them seemed insurmountable. Feeling the unbearable weight of her absence, Ethan became a man determined to reclaim his daughter's love. With Amanda's support, he sought help, checking into a rehabilitation center. It was not an easy journey, facing the shadows of his grief and guilt, but every session began to peel back the layers he had built around himself. Back in her foster home, Lily grappled with the absence of her father. Each visit left her feeling a mix of hope and fear. Would he yell again? Would he stay sober this time? During their infrequent meetings, she would toy with her doll as if it might absorb her anxieties. The doll, once a simple companion, transformed into a steadfast symbol of her longing for normalcy. One cold evening, while sitting on the porch of her foster home, snow swirling gently around her, Lily made a decision. She would try to bridge the gap between herself and her father. They needed to heal together. Armed with this newfound determination, she grabbed her backpack and stuffed it with her favorite outfits and, of course, her beloved doll. The moment arrived when she heard the unmistakable sound of a bottle smashing against the ground and her father's deep shouts followed by an unsettling silence. "I can't stay here," she thought, and tiptoed out of the house, navigating her way through the unfamiliar streets. Despite the biting cold, she pushed forward, clenching her bag desperately. She wound through the streets until she stumbled upon the park. In the dim light, Lily found a crumbling swing set and positioned herself beneath it, seeking refuge from both the cold and her fears. Meanwhile, Amanda sensed a deepening worry in her heart and began searching for Lily while Ethan struggled with the darkness within his own mind. When Amanda began her frantic search for Lily, tiny flickers of worry soon turned into flames of dread. Just as she was about to despair, Amanda spotted Lily beneath the swing. Relief flooded through her as she dashed toward the girl. "Lily? I found you," she exclaimed as she knelt beside her, cocooning Lily in her arms. Lily looked up, a mixture of relief and fear in her tear-filled eyes. "I didn't know where to go," she whispered. Amanda pulled her closer, whispering soothing words that wrapped around Lily like a warm blanket. As the sun dipped behind the trees, Ethan, who was grappling with his demons, stumbled upon Amanda and Lily. His heart sank at the sight, but it also sparked a flicker of determination. He mustered his courage to walk toward them. "Lily, I just want to talk," Ethan called out, desperation evident in his voice. Lily hid behind Amanda, unsure and scared. Ethan fell to his knees, vulnerability spilling from him like water from an unsealed dam. "I love you, Lily. I promise I'm going to change." That moment solidified a shift within Ethan, a moment of surrender that would serve as the foundation for their future. It took time, but both he and Lily needed to learn to forgive and trust again. Days turned into weeks as Ethan determinedly faced his past in rehab. Each therapy session brought new challenges, forcing him to confront the pain he had locked away for so long. He began to realize that healing would require more than just quitting alcohol. It demanded facing his grief and embracing the love he still held for his daughter. Meanwhile, at the foster home, Lily quietly hoped for her father to be well once again. Each visit was a chance for her to witness the small glimmers of progress. She isolated herself from others, desperately wanting her family back, hoping to see her father emerge from the shadows. During one such visit, the atmosphere shifted. When Ethan brought out a small charming bracelet he had assembled during his sessions, his heart raced with hope. "Look, Lily," he said, his voice filled with nervous excitement. "I made this for you." Lily examined the colorful bracelet, her eyes lighting up with recognition of the effort it represented. "Thank you, Dad. It's beautiful," she exclaimed, a genuine smile breaking through the wall that had built between them. Progress felt slow, but both were committed to rebuilding. Laughter started returning to their visits, and their conversations grew easier. Their bond, once tinged with fear and doubt, now sparkled with hope. Finally, after many months filled with therapy, support, and endless internal battles, Ethan returned home from rehabilitation. The sun shone brighter than before as he opened the front door. The house looked different, it felt alive. He had tidied up, removing the remnants of the past and filling it with warmth and new memories. When Lily arrived that day, there was a sense of cautious anticipation. They prepared a special dinner together, a sweet reflection of their cherished Sundays with her late mother. They cooked pancakes. This time, however, the kitchen was filled with love instead of the chaos that had once enveloped it. As they sat together during dinner, Lily looked across the table. "Are you going to be like this forever, Dad? Happy?" she asked, narrowing her eyes in a mixture of hope and fear. Ethan took her small hand in his, and with sincerity he replied, I'm going to do everything I can to stay this way from now on, because you deserve it, Lily. We deserve it. It was a promise, an unbreakable bond that began to mend the fractures from the past. As days passed and seasons changed, laughter began to fill their home once again. Ethan regularly took Lily to the park where they shared stories, played games, and found joy in simple activities like planting flowers together. The warmth in their hearts began creating a new foundation. Amanda kept checking in, and her visits became celebrations of progress that highlighted the small victories they achieved together. One day, Amanda noticed a picture on the wall, one of Lily and her mother, but now there was another picture beside it, one capturing Ethan and Lily smiling, a testament to the journey of healing and love. With every shared laugh and friendly jab, they were moving further away from the shadow of grief and closer to a bright future that lay ahead. The park blossomed with each passing season, much like their bond, as both father and daughter learned to navigate the complexities of loss, love, and ultimately hope. Ethan promised to handle challenges with resilience, to continue growing and changing, and to never stop trying to be the father Lily had always deserved. Lily continued to learn that love heals wounds, rekindling their hearts with ever-present hope. One night, as they cuddled under a blanket, watching a movie together, Ethan turned to Lily and said, "You know, you've always been my beacon of light. If it weren't for you, I don't know if I would have made it through." Lily smiled, her eyes shining bright. "And you've always been my hero, Dad. I love you no matter what." With those words, the pieces of their fractured story began to come together, transforming their home into a sanctuary filled with warmth, laughter, and love. As time continued to unfold in that small town, the stories of Lily and Ethan became a testament to resilience, love, and the undying hope that can bring a family back together, no matter how dark the road may seem. Together, they forged a brighter path illuminated by the memories of the past and the love they nurtured for a much brighter future ahead.